I wanted to make a quick update video and a quick recap, a little bit of news I suppose. I made a previous video about the 30 Days of the Dead Man WWE Network season, which is of course to celebrate 30 years of one of WWE's most successful characters, performers, The Undertaker. After more than a 30-year career, the rumours, speculation has been that he has had his last match, that he's retiring. We saw the Boneyard match at WrestleMania. I talked about it before, on that previous video about the network series, the Last Ride documentary series as well. It's been heavily hinted at that the Undertaker is done, and now today, just a few hours ago, WWE announced The Undertaker's final farewell to happen at November 22nd's Survivor Series. It's actually quite ironic how it works out. The Undertaker made his debut in WWE after a career of a few years on World Class Championship Wrestling, WCW, and a couple of places. He made his debut on November 22nd, 1990. How appropriate that this year's Survivor Series 2020, takes place also on November 22nd. And that brings me to what WWE have announced on a 47-second video on their YouTube channel, which is now available on their website and all across their social media pages. WWE have announced that November 22nd at Survivor Series, The Undertaker will have his final farewell. Now that news is shocking a lot of friends on my timeline. I've got my laptop open still, moving data photos I took earlier, but it seems that the rumours that we've heard from the Last Ride documentary and since WrestleMania, that The Undertaker is potentially done. He is retiring. He will say goodbye, finally. After really teasing it for the last few years, he will at Survivor Series. Again, how appropriate the days line up, November 22nd to November 22nd. What will this final farewell actually mean? What will it consist of? We honestly don't know. We do know that The Undertaker is obviously going to be there. He's going to make his way to the ring. He is going to be, I believe he would be making a speech. We've known the last few WrestleManias, he's teased goodbye, left his hat, his coat, his gloves in the ring, gone down the ramp, gone down the lift as well, through the smoke and the haze, and we think that's The Undertaker done, only for him to pop up again, especially this year's Survivor Series. Is it the most ideal way? I've said it before. No, it's not the ideal way that we want The Undertaker to go out. We want The Undertaker to go out in front of fans. But it seems WWE and The Undertaker, whoever has made this decision, The Undertaker will bid his fond farewell at Survivor Series. Now, like I said, what will that consist of? We don't know, apart from the speech. I believe we may see a few familiar names pop out, either during it or after it, and we'll see the footage some point in the future, but near future, because there's got to be a documentary about this day. There's got to be, even if it's just about The Undertaker or whether it's about the whole Survivor Series day, there's got to be a documentary about what's happening at this year's Survivor Series. There's got to be. So we may see a few familiar names, maybe some old rivals of The Undertaker may, I don't know whether they'll appear because of what's going on, may send video messages or whatever. I ideally would have liked to see some old adversaries of The Undertaker appear and him take them out, tombstone them, chokeslam them, old school them, kind of just a walk-through match, kind of. Just with a lot of his old signature moves. But that's obviously not probably likely going to happen. And there's so many of them I would love to see that are no longer with us. But that's very sad news that The Undertaker is going to bid his final farewell at Survivor Series. Obviously, I would just say many people, including myself, don't really watch these pay-per-views or network specials, however you want to term them these days. We don't really watch them live. Well, I certainly don't. What WrestleMania, obviously, which was pre-taped, but I stay up to the major ones, WrestleMania, the Royal Rumbles, when I can, but I don't tend to do that. But for this one, I will absolutely watch Survivor Series, and this obviously has to be the very last part of the show. You cannot follow the Undertaker's retirement. Will he be inducted in the Hall of Fame? And he is the Hall of Famer. His attitude, like I said in the 30 Days of Dead Man video, there are very, very few people who reach the level of respect that the Undertaker has. So, will we see him on his own because of the class of this year, which he wasn't involved with, in terms of the Hall of Fame, have been delayed till an indefinite date right now, because of everything that's going on? Will he be inducted into the Hall of Fame right there and then? I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. How this final fond farewell is going to take shape. We don't know what it's going to consist of, but yeah, the evidence is stronger than ever, pointing to the Undertaker actually retiring. People will want there to be one final surprise Sting appearance and one more match at WrestleMania, which, to be honest, I kind of want to see, but I don't want to see. I think the time has passed for that match to happen. But whatever happens, WWE are advertising The Undertaker to make a fond farewell at Survivor Series.